right. Start by sitting up in your seat, nice and straight. I'm going to begin to just get comfortable. There we go, I'm in the middle. Start to relax. Sit up in a position where your feet are about hips width apart. Again, take the two fists, press them together, hug the inner arches of your knees around your fists, and look down, and you should see a nice capital H. This is our base position. Start to take a few concentrated but focused breaths in. One way we focus on our breath is by just noticing the inhale, feeling it in our nose, noticing the way it comes down through our neck. And then on the exhale, releasing in a way that we're intentional. You can even make a sound like ha, to kind of let it go. Breathing in and breathing out. That would be about 4 or 5 times like this. Another breath. Feel like you can close the eyes. Start to just get into the rhythm of the moment. Get a sense of how you feel in your body. Maybe relax your shoulders. Let your weight melt down into the chair. If there's anything now that you want to kind of let go of it in this moment. If it doesn't support you in this practice. So if your thoughts are elsewhere, gently bring them back in a way that's compassionate but assertive, coming back to the present moment, coming back to the breath. You want to be as present as you can for the practice. It's easy to kind of drift out sometimes. That happens. Begin to relax a little bit more. And slowly, you're going to take your hands and start to lift them up overhead. You can keep the eyes closed or they can be opened. It's your choice. Bring the arms up, reach them up high. And then exhale and bring the hands back down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale and let the breath help lead the way. Look up, gaze up, roll those shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale and hands come down by the side. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms come back down by your side. And let's just do this last one. We'll just do it. But this time when we bring our hands up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling, gaze up, look up, gaze up. And exhale and roll the shoulders away from the ears. This is really important for your breath. It's also important for your body that you have pauses and you feel that break. You feel that break in that pause. All right. And then bring the hands down in front of us. Keep them interlaced. Just press the palms like you're pressing against the laptop or the wall. Come back up. Squeeze the elbows, biceps by the ears. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Come back down in front of us. Hands come to about heart center. Continue to sit up nice and tall in your seat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and just feel how that is when you roll them away from your ears and you're about shoulders length. So see if you can keep them there as you come back up again. Try to keep your shoulders length. Just bring biceps by the ears. Now you shouldn't have to roll them back, but if you do, go ahead. Come back forward. And then bring the hands down and let them go. And kind of like twine those fingers, kind of rotate the wrists. Beautiful. You are beautiful. Yeah, there you are. See, you heard that. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. We're going to take the fingertips this time and we're going to make like a smoking gun. All right. So interlace the fingers, only keep up the index finger and then cross the thumbs behind you. Okay. So you make like this shooting gun. All right. That goes up in the air, biceps by the ears, the shoulder blades are back, and we're gonna come into that crescent moon. So we're gonna start to lean our body over towards the right, and we're gonna press our right fingertips in to the left, and we're gonna actually like pull the left, but we're gonna keep our sits bone grounded into the seat on both sides. And then if you wanna look up, you can gaze up, come back to center, roll those shoulders away from the ears, and then we're gonna do it on the other side. Leaning to the left, using the left fingertips to kind of pull the fingers up and out of the body. So you're getting this nice stretch on the right side. Look up, gaze up, keeping both your sits bone grounded. There you go. Good job. You're doing the best you can. Come back to center. All right. And bring those hands down in front of us with that smoking gun and tuck in the back. Tuck in the belly, bring in the back, and then bring the hands onto the top of your thighs. Now, by doing that, what we're doing is belly's tucked in, back is dome shaped. This is part of our next pose. So this is the cat part of our pose. So get yourself in that position. And then on the inhale, breathe in, take the gaze up, bring the belly up, lifting up through the heart center. Inhale. That's right. Beautiful chest expands up toward the sky. And come back down, tucking in the belly. Bringing that back. All right, back up we go. And then pull back. Inhale, breathe in, gaze is up. And then we go back. So it's our cat cow. Do a few more of these. You don't have to overextend. Even if your cat cow looks something like this, that's fine. Just make sure you're breathing. And then come back to center. And you can shake that out like we normally do, left to right. And we're also going to shake out the bottom, especially since we're just getting warmed up and getting started. Preparing for our yoga poses. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, hold on to your chair. Squeeze the belly, sit up nice and straight in the seat. So you know the back, and you know how when you go forward, you want to find that in between. So your back isn't hunched and your chest isn't pushed up. You're just sitting up nice and straight. All right. So keep that alignment, squeeze the core, and then you're going to take your right foot and just place it up. You don't have to have it completely straight. See, my knee is bent. But just try your best to just keep it up for a second, like you're pushing a box away from you, and then bring the foot back. Inhale and breathe in and do it on the other side. And using the breath, exhaling to stabilize, inhaling to push, and come back to center. Let's do it one more time. I know it sucks, but come on, we can do it. Maybe for some people it doesn't, but if you're a little tight down there, it might look more like this, and that's okay. And then come back. All right, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we'll take our hands, place them on top of our legs. Open up the legs just a little bit and then rotate. And take the belly, that core. Feel the core, let the core be the thing to guide you. Squeezing the belly, but just kind of stretch your back. Just massage you're basically massaging the spine with your movement. You're lubricating the spine because you're just moving around. You're getting some grease in those joints. And this is a really important area. It's your lower back. All right. So if you've been sitting a lot or anything, this is a really good way to just start to gently open it up. And then come back to center and then Press the chest down and then come back. It's all part of warming up our body. All right, we're going to be doing some more forward folds, but this is a good way to prepare. All right, last one. Breathing in and breathing out. Toe heel the feet back together. You're going to come back to that hips width apart area. And just sit for a second. And from your feet to the crown of your head, just kind of scan your body. Maybe close your eyes and just notice if you feel a little bit different now from when you first came into class. Notice any areas that might be a little problematic and try to just be very kind and gentle with those areas. And always modify as we do the poses. Okay. I'm sorry, can I please mute you? All righty. Now let's go through our first flow. Sit up a little bit taller in our seat. Take our arms, reach them up high overhead, roll those shoulders away from the ears, gaze up. Now take your chin up if you can. Just so, yeah, there you go, looking up. Just gently. This is our seated mountain pose. We're going to inhale, imagine that the breath reaches the fingertips, and then on the exhale, slowly come down, controlling the body, okay? Controlling the body, controlling the belly, laying the belly on top of the thighs, dropping the hands over by the side, chin to the chest. All right, just feel that first one, feel your back extend. Think about each breath going through each part of your spine, so vertebrae by vertebrae. And the way you kind of know this is that when you breathe in, you're going to feel your belly press against your thighs. And that will help you to breathe in a way that your spine can really feel the impact of that breath. Make sure that your feet are still hips width apart. This time, I want you to take your toes and just kind of press them down, maybe move them a few times just to activate your feet. Squeeze the belly, press your feet more into the ground, and then half lift flat back. Using the ground for support. Lift up halfway, bring those arms behind you like you're about to take off. And then bring your hands up in front of you. Seated chair pose, roll the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the core, wrap the abdomen muscles around the back body. One more breath and then exhale, gently press the chest back down to the thighs. The reason why we're taking our time with this is that when we go faster, you just want to use the muscles. You may not necessarily go this slow every time, but at least you know the muscles that you should be using. All right, let your chin hang to your chest for a second. Just shake it out, yes and no. Now we're going to come up all the way through, coming through our half lift, flat back, all the way up into mountain pose where we started. And we're going to roll those shoulders down away from the ears and then bring our hands out to shoulders length. Okay. There we go. Roll the shoulders up and then exhale, roll them back. Inhale up, exhale back, inhale up, exhale back. And then we go reverse. Include the breath. And then bring the hands down by the side and shake it out. All right, let's do some head rolls. We're going to take our time with this. Sit up nice and tall. It's really important that we're not hunched over. So make sure you're tall, tuck in your belly, let the rib cage lift up through the chest, right? You don't have to do the work from your shoulders. Think about the belly giving you the power, okay? And what we're going to do is take our chin, drop it to our chest, only our chin. And just sit there for a few moments, chin to the chest. Notice the way the back of the neck feels. That part of the neck, right where the vertebrae of the spine and the back of the neck meet. You can just get a sense of if it's tense or anything. Maybe send a little extra care or breath into that area. And take your right ear and bring it to your right shoulder. Just breathe for about 4 breaths. Your breath is your cycle of breath. So whatever rhythm you have, really relax that left shoulder. Only the right ear to the right shoulder. We're going to take our chin, come back down to the chest. Center chest with the chin. About 4 breaths, just breathe. We're going to bring our left ear to our left shoulder. Again, 4 breaths. Relaxing the right shoulder more. Just letting that ear on the left side come closer and closer naturally to the shoulder. Come back to center. We're going to bring our ear again, right ear to the right side. Take our right hand, raise it up. Release it gently, just so the fingertips are on the side of the head of the left side. You can keep your left hand on your thigh, or if you want to go in for a deeper stretch, you can drop the hand down by the side. And if you want to do a little bit of movement with that shoulder, just take your hand like a windshield wiper and just kind of go back and forth. And it's your choice. This just adds a little bit more gravity, a little bit more weight to the stretch. And these are 4 breath counts. So once you get to 4, bring your hand back down, bring it back to the thigh. Take the chin, center chin to the chest. So chin to the chest. Now we're going to bring our left ear to the left side. Take the left fingertips, lift them up, and then lay them on the right side of the head. And breathe. About 4 breaths. Left hand lifts and you lay it back onto the left thigh. Take the chin back to the center chest. Take both hands now and just place them on the top of the head. With the chin into the chest. Just let the elbows relax, let the weight fall. No extra pressure. You're just resting your hands on the top of your head. That's it. If you want to interlace the fingers, you can for a better grip, but just no force. And try to maintain that nice posture. 4 breath counts. All right, bring those hands up. Bring the hands back down to the thighs or by the side, and then take the head and come up. We're going to take the gaze all the way up to the sky. Chin reaches up. The neck body is stretched, so it's elongated. Let the tongue fall away from the top of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Sit up a little bit taller. Press the chest out just a little bit so that the heart center can shine. And then gently tuck in the belly. Bring the chin back to the chest. Just slightly tucking in that belly and tucking in that chest so that you come back to that a nice aligned position. It's just chin to the chest. Let's go back up again, taking the chin up, gaze goes up. And really feel the breath come through. So in camel pose, if we were to do camel pose, we would be doing a little different, but this is similar in a sense. And what we want to be able to do is really just elongate that neck, lift up off that, lift up out of our pelvic bowl, lift up our heart. And if you want to take your hands and bring them behind you onto the chair, you can. You don't have to. You can also place them just on your back. Like you're placing your hands, your fingertips into your back pockets, kind of squeezing the elbows together. And we're going to reverse, come back, bringing your hands back to your thighs, chin back to the chest. We're going to do that 2 more times. We're going to come back into our seated camel, but keep your chin in the chest. You're inverting. So chin to the chest. It's important that we do both ways, right? On the next inhale, gaze goes up. Find a place for your hands. You can keep them on your thighs if you want, or you can bring it to the back of that chair. Just giving you that idea. And if you want to take your chin up a little bit higher, you can, but really get a stretch in your throat. Continue to breathe. And remember, you can also place those hands on your lower back or your sacrum is. Come back to center. Last one. Chin to the chest, though. Let's stay there for a second. No rushing. Take a few breaths in. And then we're going to reverse. You know where to go. All right, chin up. Hands come back to the chair if you can. And then come back to center. And then shake it out. All right. Bring our arms up, lift them up high overhead. All right, we're going to pivot our bodies over towards the right. And then we're going to come back to center, pivot the body to the left. Come back to center, pivot to the right, and then drop the hands to the outside of the right body. Okay, take that right hand and bring it onto the chair. See if you can sit up a little bit taller in your seat before turning, and then look behind you. You can also bring your hand to the top of the chair, like I always offer, or just keep your hand dangling by your side. And what we want to do now that we've really stretched out our neck, really try to get your chin to look over and like run over your shoulder. All right. If you want to bring your knees together a little bit, you can. Really, it's okay for you to adjust your base position a little bit, just to work for your comfort. And just sit here for about 4 breath cycles. Focusing on the breath, allowing the breath to be easy. Try to relax the shoulders even more. Continue to elongate through the neck and through the spine. We're going to bring our hands to like a prayer position. And if our knees are apart, bring them together. We're going to continue looking over our right side. And then just bring the elbow, the left elbow down to whatever knee you feel most comfortable. If possible, you can bring it across and just hook over. So left elbow could potentially hook over the right leg, the right thigh. Gaze goes up. Come back up. Pivot the body. Come back to center. Take the arms up. Reach them up high overhead. Look up, gaze up. And then bring those hands back to heart center. And just pause for a moment. And then bring the hands down by the side. Okay. Arms go up, roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Pivot over towards the left. Come back to center. Pivot to the right. Come back to center. Pivot to the left. And then find your hands on the outside of your left body. So left legs, both hands are now over by the left side. Left hand comes behind us in some way. And we now have that elongated spinal body, and we can look over a little bit more, okay? A little bit more over that shoulder. 4 breaths. And adjust your legs as you need to. We're going to bring our hands to our heart, but we're still looking over our left side. Take our knees, press them together, press our feet together, and then just dip down where you are. You can hook over with that right elbow over that left thigh. That's great, but if you can't, that's okay. Just do your best to come down like an airplane and take the gaze up so that you're looking up. Palms are pressed together. Nice seated spinal twist. Slowly come up, breathing in and out, and then come back to center, pivoting the body, taking the hands, pressing the palms up, gaze is up, drop the head back a little bit, back bend slightly, and then bring the hands back down. We can say, bring them down by the side or down through your heart center. Okay. We're going to go through a flow right now in class. We're going to do about 4 flows all together. Okay. Now our body is kind of open and awake, right? So like even move around a little bit. Feel it. It feels open. It feels awake. So let's get ready to do about 4 very, very, very intentional flows. Okay. So I'll start out like normal, showing you guys and telling you guys about breathing and everything. But by midway, I'm going to just start to decrease my verbal cues and allow you to just really go inside and go through your flow. And don't worry if you miss a step. I want you to really just go inside and find the connection between your rhythm and your pace and your body. Your rhythm, your pace, and your body. Okay? All right. So you really can embrace it. Inhale, arms rise. Reach up overhead, roll those shoulders away from the ears. And remember, always try to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Really embrace that forward fold. And then inhale, half lift, flat back, squeezing that core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Hands come through heart center and by your side. It's your choice. Now let's go to another one. So I'm just going to do the breath cues now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next one. Come on. I'm demoing, so you see me doing it if you need to look. Continue to breathe. I'm here for encouragement. You got this. Yes, you got it. Last one, make it your own. I'm just going to sit still and I want you to completely close your eyes and do it all by yourself. Go through your flow. Trust yourself. I just want you to try, okay? Just try. All right, come on, just try. You can do it. Yeah, there you go. Whatever you do is your flow. It's part of what you're doing now. Yes, beautiful. See, have that trust and confidence in yourself. You know what your body needs more than anybody. Beautiful, beautiful. Good job, good job. All right, and let's let's do a little bit of like shoulder work, and then we're gonna kind of come do a little leg work, and then we're gonna do some standing stuff, okay? So we'll actually start out with doing hand. So let's bring our arms out in front of us, roll those shoulders back away from the ears. Take the right hand, sky flip the palm, wiggle the fingertips. Take the left, plop it underneath, pull back, and breathe. All right, beautiful. And when you're ready, you can start to just rotate each one of your fingertips, breathing in and breathing out. And just take your time. And then press back. And exhale. Rotate them down. And just for a second before we jump on the other side, I want you to notice the way your right hand feels in comparison to your left. Notice the way your right side of your body feels in comparison to your left. Bring the hands back up, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Take those left fingertips, sky flip the palm, wiggle the fingertips. Take the right hand, plop it underneath and pull back. And breathe. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. Now you can start to rotate. Take breaks as you need to. Don't overdo the stretch. You should not be going beyond anything that's moderate. Mild to moderate temperature. And then pull back on all. And then rotate it down. There we go. All right, take the arms, extend them out in front of you, roll the shoulders back away from the ears, wiggle the right fingertips and bring them to the top of the shoulder. Take the left, go underneath, and just hug yourself, but keep the elbows up and sustained so they're not laying on your chest. Slowly, we're going to start to press the belly forward like we're coming towards the thighs. And then I want you to just lift up. It's like a plane's getting ready to land, and then it just goes up and ascends up to the air. So your elbows extend up to the air, chin comes into the chest. Back bend slightly. And then slowly, with a guided way, use your belly to come down to lay on your thighs, continuing to hug yourself the whole time. Only your elbows hang over your knees. One more breath. We're going to press our feet into the ground, squeeze our core, and start to come up. So we're bringing our weight up using our core. We're going to take those elbows all the way back up into the air. They're ascending back up to the air. Chin stays tucked into the chest. And then come back down to center. Stay where you are. Now, if you want to be in this hug position, you can, keeping your chin into your chest, or you can go in for eagle, where you bind your arms. Okay. Then you can go in for eagle. And you just sit there for a few moments. And just breathe. So you can modify and stay with the hug pose or come into eagle and advance. Then unwind the arms and just let them fly back and forth. I always like doing this. It's a little free. There we go. And then drop the hands down by the side. Awesome. Take the arms, come back up, roll the shoulders away from the ears. All right, take the left fingertips, wiggle them and bring them on to the top of the shoulder on the right side. The right hand comes underneath. Chin comes into the chest. All right, once you find yourself in that position, you're going to start to Ascend the elbow so that they come into the air and chin comes into the chest, extending and reaching up through the rib cage into the chest. And then slowly come down, steady, slow and steady wins the race, coming down, belly to the thighs. Elbows droop over the knees. Slowly squeeze the core, come up, squeezing the belly, letting the belly carry the weight. Elbows ascend once again into the sky, chin to the chest. And come back to center. And if it's in your practice, you can go in for that bind. Otherwise, continue to hug yourself and keep your chin to your chest. All right, unwind the arms. Let them fly. Beautiful. All right, let's go through a flow. We're just going to do one flow. Arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Look up, gaze up. Hands come down by the sides. Come onto the chair. All right, we're going to take our right foot and bring it over towards the right side. Make an L shape with our legs. All right, extend out the arms, continuing to keep the body straight with the wall in front of us. All right, you can stay just like this, or you can take your gaze and look over your right shoulder. Now, if you want to go a bit further, you can extend your left leg out and come into our seated warrior two pose. You don't have to. You can keep yourself in the L shape if you like, and you can just look at the front of the wall if you like. But for those who want to do this, extend out those fingertips, roll those shoulders away from the ears, press the biceps into the elbows, strengthen the triceps, so squeeze those muscles. You don't need to keep them up with your shoulders. You're just extending them out. One more breath, and then bring the hands down, back to the chair, just so that you can twist yourself back. Toe heel, both feet back together. Shake out both legs. And kind of do your twists. All right, let's do the other side. When you're ready, come into that L shape, bringing that L now over towards the left side. So left leg comes to the left side. Arms extend out, parallel to the wall in front of us. You want to take your gaze now. Here's where we start building on the pose. You can bring the gaze over the left arm, looking over the left fingertips. And then if you want to take it even a step further, you can come into that warrior two pose, extending out the right leg, still looking over the left fingertips. Also, your chair might be what permits you to do this or doesn't. So as long as your feet aren't dangling off the chair, you should be okay. But you got, just test the temperament. Your feet should always be on the ground, though, I'm assuming. But still, just in case. Come back to center. Bring the hands back to the chair, toe heel the feet back together. And then go left and right. Windshield wiper those legs. All right. Take our arms, reach them up overhead. Take the hands, bring them up and scoop up that right knee. If you want to keep your toe on the ground, you can, or you can just hover. All right. Chin to the chest. Let the belly tuck in. Navel touches the spine, chin to the chest. And just let the weight from your knee fall into your fingertips. Slowly squeeze the core, lifting up the thigh. Try to lift up the thigh just using the thigh. Gaze comes up. If you can do this, you're going to bring that knee towards the inner arm on your left side. Sit up a little bit taller in your seat if possible. And then place the foot back down on the ground. Arms rise. We do it on the other side. Scoop the left leg up this time, interlacing those fingers. Remember, you can keep that toe on the ground if you need to. Otherwise, come to hover. Take the chin, tuck it into the chest. Let the weight fall into the fingertips. All right, we lift it up. Knee to the chest. Gaze is up. And place that foot back down on the ground. Okay, beautiful. Let's go through a flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let's do one more stretch sitting down, and then we're going to come up just because I lose some of you guys and I don't want to lose you. I really want you to get this lower part of the body done. So let's do this and then we'll come to standing. So take that right foot, place it out in front of us, take the heel and place it on to the ground. All right, stretch out that leg, it's extended leg. We're sitting up nice and straight. If you want to just stay like this, you can. If you want to start to lean forward just a little bit, bringing your hands to your left thigh just for support, you can do that too. Awesome. You can soften the knee, both knees. You don't have to have a rigid knee. You can have rigid rules, rigid boundaries, but when it comes to your knee, you want to be flexible. All right. Come up. Bring that foot. So right foot back onto the ground. I'm going to take the left now, extend it out, sit up nice and tall. And we're just going to adjust our body, getting into a space where we feel as though we're getting the most stretch. So adjust your sits bone, like your seat, adjust yourself on your seat. Just so that when you're stretching out, you can really feel the most benefit. Like the weight is really falling into your heel. The toes are flexing and saying hello. All right, so they're not pointed out. They're facing you. They're back to you. And if you want to add to it that leaning forward, you can do that, and that's going to stretch out the hamstring significantly. So anytime you move forward and you have a stretched leg like this, you're going to really, really feel that stretch intensify. So only do what you can do. All right, we come back. Let's bring out the right foot again. Hold on to your chair. Take the left, cross it over. All right, we're going to do our seated extended leg forward fold. So we're in a seat where legs are extended, and we're going to do a full forward fold. If you don't want a forward fold, you don't have to. If you want to hold on to your chair while you do it, you can do that, but just adjust your body so that you feel 1000% secure. Lean forward. You're doing that technique of pressing the belly towards the thigh. And then when you find a place that you feel like you've gone far enough, just stay there. Begin to breathe. It's okay if you're a little dome-shaped in your back. Take the chin to the chest and allow yourself to just ease into the pose. Slowly come up. Bring those hands back onto the chair, belly, chest, and then head. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Stretching out that leg. All right. So now the left leg stretches out in front of us. The right leg goes on top of the left. We're going to do the other side. So get into your space and then find that place where you want to go. Go to your limits of your stretch. Nothing more. Just to the limits that you feel most comfortable. Chin can come into the chest. And breathe. come back up. There we go. Come back. Bringing those feet back together. Let's do our final flow for those who are only doing the seated portion of this class. So arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, flat back. Forward fold. Arms rise. And for those who are coming into the standing portion, come right from your seat if you can and come up to standing. Gaze up, stretching up. If you need to get up a different way, that's fine. And then bring your hands by your side. Okay, we're going to come into our standing portion. So come to the side of your chair. All right, great. So come to the side of your chair or behind it, your choice. And let's make sure you can see my hands. Yep, you can kind of just see my hands. That's okay. And we're going to take our weight. And as always, we just gauge our balance. I know it seems kind of like, oh, why do we got to do this? But it's a good thing to just get. And it also starts to stretch our glutes and all these other things. So it's actually really good. So hold on to the chair. Lean your body over towards the right. Soften the right knee. And then just lift up on that left foot. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the thighs. And then come down. Right in front like you're kicking snow. And then come back up. And then click clock down. Let's do 2 more. You also are using your belly here. If you're not using your belly and you feel like you're overcompensating somewhere, try to just bring that lifting of the leg down a little bit. And if you feel super duper, like you're like, yeah, I can do that, then you can bring it up. So you can go wherever you feel the gauge. All right, shake it out and come to the other side and let's gauge the other side. All righty. Lean our weight over into the left, soften that left knee, lift up on that right foot, and then in front of the other foot we go. Remember, you can change your range, squeeze the core. It's just like you're kicking something out in front of you or tick-tocking down like a clock. There you go. And then just bounce up and down a few times. Shake it out. As a matter of fact, you can even do the full shake. And really just kind of hit yourself. All right. All right, so let's come right behind our chair. Let's get started. Let's do some of our sequence now. So come right behind our chair. Right foot is going to stay forward. Left foot is going to come back. All right. The left foot is back about a 45-degree angle, and our legs are in this like triangle pose. But I want you to soften the knees. Okay. So you're holding onto the chair. It's like this. So I want you to just kind of soften those knees. All right. You want to adjust the back foot to be a little bit more comfortable for you. You can try to square your hips with the front of the room. So square your hips with your chair. All right. Adjust your feet so you have space. So if you're like this isn't necessarily conducive, right? That's kind of hard. So give yourself some space in between your feet. All right. And then when you're ready, you can bring down your right knee to stack on top of your right ankle. So what we're doing is coming into that side angle or that lunge position. This prepares for our warrior 1. All right. So our hips are square in front of us. Warrior 1, right foot leads. Take the left hand, lift it up. Now, if you want to bring both hands up overhead, you can. That's a warrior 1, or you can just bring up one hand. And if you really feel unbalanced, keep both hands on top of the chair. Then open up into warrior 2. Sit a little bit lower in your lunge if you can. Adjust your body. Squeeze all the way from your ankles and your thighs all the way up to your belly. Kind of tuck that belly in a little bit and take the gaze and look over your right shoulder. Left hand comes all the way to the left side. So you're basically stretched out in 2 different directions. Lean the right shoulder down towards the chair, and then lift up, come into reverse warrior, modify reverse, bringing your left hand to your thigh. Now you can keep your right fingertips on top of the chair, or you can bring the hand up overhead into that reverse position. Undo and unwind. Warrior two. Flip around, kind of tilting the body, going through this flow motion, and bring your hands to the top of that chair. All right, but this time what I want you to do is now take your back foot and just take the toes, place the toes on the ground and bump up on that heel, holding on to your chair. All right, you can bounce up and down a few times. And you don't have to go anywhere else. You can stay just like this, breathing through it, to really just getting your balance. If you don't feel balanced, just bring that foot back down completely with the heel down on the ground. But for those who want to do the balance portion, you're going to do just like this, or you can lift off, kind of tilt the body down, soften the right knee, but still kind of tilt the body down, sort of like your weight, your upper body is just bringing you forward. And then if you want to continue to challenge your balance, you can take your left hand and extend it out. Sorry. Your right hand. Bring your hand back onto the chair. Take your left foot, bring it back down to the ground. Be gentle. And then bring both your left foot to your right so that you're back up in front of the chair. Now shake it out. And breathe. All right, let's do the other side. All right, I'm gonna try to actually go on the other side for this, like this. So we're going to take our other foot, we're gonna bring it back so the right foot comes back behind us. The left foot this time stays planted to behind the chair. All right. Now we could just bring that knee back so that we're in that triangle kind of pose. Okay, so soften the knee, but you want to just kind of come back into that kind of triangle state. All right. And then lean the body forward just a little bit to just stretch it out. Gently, when you're ready, soften the left knee so that your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. Okay, so left knee softens and you come into that lunge position. You're just doing it on the left side this time. Adjust your right foot to where you want it to be. All right. Square those hips with the chair in front of you. You can stay just like this for your warrior pose, or you can bring your right hand up, or you can bring up both hands. Okay. A nice, strong warrior. Activate all the way from your feet, up your legs, through the belly and the chest. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. And then open up. Right hand goes behind you. The left hand can stay on top of the chair, or you can bring the left hand out over the chair and look over your left shoulder. Warrior two. Nice, strong warrior. Lean the shoulder now. Lean the left shoulder down by the chair, and then reverse back, bringing the right hand onto the back of the leg. Fingertips are just on top of the chair, or the hand is up into that reverse position. Reverse warrior. Your choice of how you want to do it. Bring both hands back around, coming from warrior, coming right through into your warrior one. So from warrior two, reverse warrior two into warrior one. All right, we're gonna take that foot, and now the right foot is going to be aligned with the chair in front of us. So we're taking those toes, we're pressing our toes into the ground, but we're lifting up on that right heel. And we can stay just like this. If we don't want to balance, and if you want to just bounce a little bit, that's fine. Or you can go on for your balance, leaning the body forward. You want to hold on to the chair, you can. So the right foot is up, the left hand we can bring out in front of us. And this will just as like a third way to do the pose. If you want to just continue to hold on to the chair, you can. It's your choice. One more breath. And then come back down, tick-tocking that foot back down to the ground. All right, and then bring both feet together at the front of the chair. Beautiful. Let's do a mountain pose. If you want to stay here with your hands on the chair, you can, or you can bring up one hand or both hands, stretching up really, really, really high, bringing the hands back onto the chair and then taking a step back with both feet, bringing your head to the top of the chair and coming into that downward dog. It's a modified downward dog, but it's a downward dog. Or you can bring your hands to the second rung of the chair and you get more of that triangle pose. All right, and you can just start to shake it out, move it around a little bit to the left and to the right, get out any tension, kind of rotate the back body. Okay, I'm going to do it both ways just so you can see you can do it both ways. It doesn't matter. All right, and then come to a standstill. Take another breath. Slowly come up to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then finally your head rises. And breathe. Beautiful. Come back into your seat. Taking your time, one step at a time. You don't have to go fast. Take a nice little seat, get comfortable. We're going to prepare for Savasana. So you can get comfy in your seat. Wherever you want to sit. If you want to bring your back up against the back of the chair, you can. Just make sure you're sitting up tall. Relax the body, relax the feet, the legs. If you want the legs don't have to be at base. If they want to fall apart from one another, they can. Take a few more breaths. And as you do this, congratulate yourself on a job well done. You didn't have to come to class today and do all this stuff with your body and your breath, but you did. And we thank you for that. Your peers, the world, thank you. For the remainder of this class, just close the eyes and just be present. Just be here. Embrace your Savasana. You earned it. If you'd like to continue to be in Savasana, you can do so as long as you like by leaving the session now. Otherwise, we will close together. When you're ready, you can just kind of wiggle the toes, wiggle your fingertips, and take in a few breaths with this intention to arise and come back into the space. Know that you can take any part of this practice with you, or you can leave it all here. I hope you have a beautiful day. And thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you.